Yes, people, welcome back to High Sports. Make sure you smash a like, make sure you subscribe because the Premier League is back and back with a bang. It is. As you can see, I'm in Spain getting a tan, but the Premier League will always be at the forefront of my heart. Liverpool, the title holders, are back with a win 4-2 at home to Bournemouth, and that is a way to announce the Premier League. Everyone loves goals, everyone loves entertainment, and that is what we got at Anfield tonight. There will be people asking questions. Are Liverpool ready to defend their title? There were cracks, there were openings, there were gaps that teams can sniff. But one thing that's guaranteed with Liverpool is one, a Mo Salah goal, and two, Liverpool scoring goals. This team are going to score goals this season. And what it's going to kind of remind me of is their season under Brendan Rodgers when they fell short of winning the Premier League title. And it's simple as this. Are you going to outscore Liverpool? That is the truth. If you want to beat Liverpool, the simple equation is you are going to have to outscore them because they will score goals, but they will concede goals. But one thing that is a big tick in the box already, and I told people, if you follow this channel from when I relaunched it, if you're following now, I will tell you, Hugo Ekitike is the real deal. Hugo Ekitike is the striker Liverpool needed. Hugo Ekitike today already starting the season with a goal and an assist. And let me tell you, there's more to come. There's more room for this guy to develop. And he's going to grow and he's going to become a player that Liverpool fans love and adore. Because tonight, you saw it. First 20, 30 minutes open, both teams having a few chances. It was always going to be who could get the first goal, and there was always going to be goals in this game. But it comes from their new striker that's worth up to £75 million. But forget the money. Money's irrelevant. It's like you're coming in to start games. You're coming in to replace Darwin Núñez, and you're a better player than Darwin Núñez. You're a player that's also going to suit the Liverpool team. So let's get into it. His goal, comes from him wanting the ball from McAllister, driving with it. Yeah, he gets a bit of luck, but you need some luck sometimes when you're being brave and trying to commit defenders and trying to drive at defenders. And that's what happens. The ball kind of ricochets back to him, but he's ready. He's improvising. And he puts the ball into the bottom corner, a composed finish. And look, at 0-0, first game of the season, under the lights, sometimes some strikers can lash at that, hit it over the bar, hit the post, whatever it may be. But Hugo Ekitike was calm. He was composed. He just wrong-footed the keeper into the bottom corner, 1-0. And what that does as well for someone like Hugo Ekitike is it like relieves that tension, that build up, that adrenaline that you might have before the game. Look, he scored last week in the Community Shield as well. So that's a goal at Wembley in the Community Shield. Now a goal on his Premier League debut at Anfield. It's the perfect start for any striker coming in to a new club. And not only a new club, a club that are defending the Premier League crown. A club that have never defended the Premier League crown. Liverpool want to do that. Liverpool want to do that. And that's what they're going to be really aiming to do this season. And obviously with Hugo Ekitike, they're going to make sure that, they get the best out of him. They do what they want to do in terms of, making sure that, they support him in terms of getting the best out of him. And I think with wingers like, Salah, Gakpo, they're going to be players that, what should I say? They're going to be like the Heung-min Sons, what Kane was for Spurs. Hugo Ekitike was showing that he could already drop deep. He can link up play. He can dribble with it. You saw Gakpo getting the ball out wide and was fizzing the passes through. Salah again trying to support, making them diagonal runs into the box. Hugo Ekitike trying to find him. I think his ability to drop into the pockets really helps Liverpool. And like I said, when they signed him, it showed to me straight away they've gone back to what is a success at Liverpool. Liverpool thrive when they have a striker like a Bobby Firmino, a Luis Suarez, a team striker, someone that can drop into the pocket, someone that can link up, someone that's selfless and wants to play for the team, enables other players to get the best out of themselves. Gakpo and Salah are inside forwards. They like to shoot. They like to score. They like to get numbers. Well, if you're going to do that, you can't be playing with a striker that's all about scoring goals and being an old school number 9. And that's why Darwin Núñez probably didn't work. Well, with Ekitike, you can see already he is about the team. His basics, his fundamentals, his technical ability are levels above Darwin Núñez. And, dropping deep and being able to pull out defenders, drag them out, turn, dribble with his pace and acceleration. He's a problem. It's simple as that. he's a problem. And I think people were doubting him so early on. Like, is he worth that money? Is he unproven? He flopped at PSG. They're the lazy narratives that people come out with when it's like, watch him. If you watch him in the Bundesliga, you would know what he's about. I think it was 15 goals, maybe 8 assists or something last season, something like that, right? But it's his overall game. And I think when you watch players today, it's about watching them before you judge based on stats. Because the truth is, Liverpool will probably go back in for Alexander Isak. And yeah, you're not going to not want an Alexander Isak because he's one of the best complete strikers right now at 25 years of age. But if they don't end up with Alexander Isak, you're not going to be vexed as a Liverpool fan. You'll be like, do you know what? We can hold out. We'll get him next season. Yeah, we might struggle a bit at times because we might need a bit of that extra class. And sometimes in the Champions League, we just need that killer because Hugo Ekitike is yet to prove on the biggest stage. This is his chance now. But you're not going to be looking at it now saying, do you know what? Damn, we've got nobody. Hugo Ekitike has shown already in a few games that he is going to be a very good signing. He's shown more than Florian Wirtz. He's coming for 115 million. That is the truth. People don't want to hear it. Like, I know it's early on and Florian Wirtz will come good. We've got to give it time. But in terms of like coming in and just fitting the system and showing what he can really do, Florian Wirtz, you ain't got nothing on Ekitike at the moment. That's the truth. And as much as I'm a United fan, it pains me because I've got to really enjoy Hugo Ekitike playing football at a club that I don't obviously support or like. I wanted him at Man United. I was more than happy to have him there because I know what type of striker he is. But Liverpool obviously off to a very, very good start with Ekitike off to even a better start. Mo Salah got his trademark goal. I'm not going to say much on Mo Salah. He was quiet most of the game. He didn't really do much, but Mo Salah has broken the record for scoring on 10 opening days of the Premier League, which is remarkable when you think about it. That is consistency at the highest level. So I do give him that in terms of Mo Salah. But there are question marks that we still have to pick up on. Semenyo scoring twice. Milos Kerkez at left back. That space there in behind could be exposed. When you're looking at players such as Mbumo, you're looking at Kudus, Brennan Johnson, Ryan Cherky, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka. You're looking at your rivals and looking at the players they have in them positions. Liverpool, Milos Kerkez, you might want to just patch up your defending and, looking at them spaces and looking over your shoulder because there were gaps in that defense for Liverpool that you're looking at as a top team and saying, that's the area to target. That's the area to try and expose. And I think that's what teams are going to try and do. Now, look, I think a lot of teams are going to have their deficiencies. A lot of teams are in transition and going through buying younger players and rebuilding. But what it is, you're competing for the title. You need to look at teams' weaknesses. And I think that was maybe a gap today. Kerkez can fly forward. He's got a lot of energy and tenacity. And I like Kerkez. He's a good signing. But what I'm saying today is just on the back of that first game, you can see that there's maybe holes or gaps there that other teams might look to exploit on that left side. So that would be the one sort of negative from that standpoint on Liverpool. And I think Gravenberch's a miss as well. I think Gravenberch adds a lot to Liverpool in terms of his ball carrying, his physical presence, is better on the ball than Szoboszlai. I just think he's a better midfielder than Szoboszlai, as in central midfielder, playing alongside McAllister. I think Szoboszlai can do a job in some games. Cool, that's fine. But if you're going on about 38 games in a season, they need Gravenberch back. I think Gravenberch and McAllister are the two midfielders for Liverpool that are going to carry that team further into the season, into that title race. But, it was great to see Chiesa for him personally getting a goal because obviously he's linked with moves away. He's not really had a great start at Liverpool, but as a football player, personally for him on an individual level, that's brilliant. So fair play to him. And, I hope he has an injury-free season and can show them fans what he's capable of. But Hugo Ekitike is the real deal. He is the player that has now come to Liverpool, and you're already looking at him and probably in your FPL team thinking, I should have got him. He's involved in everything. I feel like the attack is now going through someone. Last year, it was about Salah having that unreal season, getting the numbers, but Liverpool didn't really have like a focal point that it was going through. They tried Luis Diaz, they tried Gakpo, they had to makeshift, and Arne Slot had to adapt. Now, you've got someone with that ability that the attack can filter through. Teams now have to be aware. Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike. We've got 3 players that can cause damage now. And I feel like he's the player to get the best out of everyone. So, yeah, a big win for Liverpool. Shout out to Bournemouth for making it a tough game. I think Semenyo is going to have a good season again, signed his new deal, credit to him. But Liverpool are going to be in for a tough battle this season because I think defensively they're going to be a bit more open, but they are going to score goals. So it's going to be a case of who can score more than who. So, guys, like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Me from Spain, have to give you that regular content. The Premier League is back.